So it is Wednesday, and to be honest, I expected very little from anything today, and all we got was pretty much the weekly themed, and that's predominantly it, to be honest. I feel like this promo just never started getting going, to be honest. We've got the Team of the Year leaks, and naturally, that normally causes everybody to just down tools by the seams of it. We got this weekly theme, which to be honest, I don't think is even really content, as we've had it 3 weeks in the running, no changes of teams whatsoever. Tons of SBCs, we've had, again, nothing today, and to be honest, somebody put a tweet out saying, when was the last time we had 0 SBCs out, which wasn't a mistake, so it came out at like 7 PM. I can't remember the last day that we didn't even have a marquee matchups or something. So we have got 1 Fire and Ice so far. That is it. Every other card has either been a squad foundations, even the objectives was a storyline, and I just feel like the Ice Fire promo, the Versus promo, didn't really hit off very much last year either. So the fact that this year it's overshadowed from Winter Wildcard anyway, and then it's come in between Team of the Year, I don't feel like it was ever set to rise or even have anything. The best bit about it is we've got the 85 player picks and 84 times 5. At the very minimum, you can at least grind these out for Team of the Year if you really wanted to. But I just think when it comes to this promo, don't do another one. We've had Ruben Neves as a squad foundation, and to be honest, maybe in the future as an evolutions, he could be relatively decent, but he's just not one for right now. We also had somebody else that I can't remember. Who was it? Muriel, that's who it was. Muriel, nice card in terms of really cheap. 4-star, 4-star, good pace. It's decent, but where's the Fire and Ice? This is meant to be the Fire and Ice promo. We've literally had 1 SBC and a team, and let alone with that team, it's just not even close, to be honest. Neymar is number 1, naturally. Marta's not terrible, but I mean, she's still not getting people's teams. And Son's had more 90 cards than I can count. Let alone that, we did get, I suppose, the Team of the Week, which is what it is, but that, again, is just becoming even worse and worse, to be fair to it. Theo looks decent, like we'd never complain at an 87 Theo. Obviously, De Jong is probably the next big one, but unfortunately has an 89 Thunderstruck SBC. We've got Martinez, who already has a Player of the Month, which I correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear in previous games, even last year, if they got an inform, I'm pretty sure that the Player of the Month should have been 1 higher. So if you've got an inform after a Player of the Month, it should be 1 higher. So for instance, if we've got him at an 87, he then gets his 89 Player of the Month. It always should be 2 away from his base card, or at least the inform, and then the inform should be higher rated than the Player of the Month. I thought that is how they do it, but clearly not. And other than that, I counted in this team, there's 18 players. I believe there was about 12 players were 83 and 84 rated. You can tell they're just funner nowadays. But then we do have the exciting news of the Team of the Year. Ronaldo, big star, big one, first one announced. Let alone that, we have the 2 playstyle pluses. So I was kind of thinking going into this kind of now content side of it, and in terms of just where people's teams are at, I felt like everybody was at the max. Like, I've seen so many Pelés. I haven't seen many R9s, to be fair, but we've seen Mbappe, Eusebio, I've seen loads of Cruyffs, but I'm like, well, we're in January. How on earth is everybody going to go 1 step up? Because realistically, you're looking at upgrades of a +1, +2, +3 at a max for icons. Maybe Mbappe gets his 94, granted, Team of the Year, fair enough, but what was the next step? And clearly this is now going to be the next step for the cards. We're going to have the 2 playstyle pluses. It could be Power Shot mixed with Rapid. It's going to be Quick Step mixed with Finesse. Granted, it's probably going to be a lot of chip shots mixed with Press Proven, but it will be interesting to see where a card goes. Like, for instance, if we look at Ronaldo in himself, we have got Quick Step on him. If they do keep the same, naturally they can just completely change it. If they were to give him Quick Step and Finesse, or Quick Step and Trickster, it will be interesting to see where that goes. Let alone that, we've then, if we scroll up a little bit, I believe we've got Patrick Vieira coming in. Whether we see a big upgrade or not, it will depend, I suppose. Vieira's the one that I can never spell. There we go, spell his name properly. So he's an 88. With the Team of the Years, I'm thinking, do they get a massive upgrade? Because I know Van der Sar got one. Did he get a massive upgrade last year? No. Well, I suppose that was the prime, so more than likely we are seeing like a 91 Vieira at best. That's going to be it, isn't it? I felt like they could have got a bigger upgrade, but we know full well that it's just another campaign for them. It's not quite Team of the Year standard for them, so we're not going to see like a 95 Vieira. I can kind of understand that. So if we do see like a 91 maybe, at least a triple upgrade, at the very minimum, surely. Then if we get rid of block, please. If we could get like intercept and slide tackle, that could be absolutely broken for him, and it will be interesting to see where these price points come in at, because 1.3 for the 88 that's been out since the release is going to be interesting to see where he goes in terms of the big boy. Then we did get the Ribery. I knew this card was coming naturally. He's going to have an absolute mad card. We can already see that. 5-star, 5-star already. Mixing with 2 playstyle pluses as well. Guaranteed one is going to be Trickster. With a 5-star, 5-star, he's going to have Trickster. And I can imagine he probably could keep technical, to be honest. Whether he... Oh no, he wasn't really a dead ball, was he? Was he? I can't remember. He wasn't really the free kick taker, the main free kick taker out of his career. Incisive pass would be nice. But then it depends on what goes together. But he's going to be expensive nonetheless. Could definitely see at least a 90 of him. That will be a phenomenal card. We then obviously have, if I can find her, I believe it's going to be, well, we'll go with Rodri first, in fact. This is the bit that actually I'm not looking forward to. If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable. But make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. Is the fact that we've got another week of Fire and Ice. Honestly, the promo should be decent, and it definitely has potential in a different way of doing it. I can't think of the best way. I just find having 2 weeks of the same cards really doesn't work. The way they could do it is maybe some sort of rival basis. Maybe we go for like Man City and Man U, you go for the CDMs, and maybe you play something like that, like kind of versus. But I just think 2 of the same card doesn't really fill me with that much hype. It means less players. Like, you look at the actual team, it's just really dead. Like, genuinely dead. Like, we've got Neymar. Number 1, fair enough. That is your pack seller. Neymar's always going to be that. Son, to some degree, is always going to be phenomenal, but we've already got so many cards of him. I've got the player of the month, the inform's coming in cheap, the second inform, well, the first inform's coming in even cheaper, Trailblazer is the Trailblazer, so going just a 1 upgrade on him, like if you look at him compared to that player of the month, I'm not going to spend 1.4 mil upgrading him. It just isn't happening. Then let alone that, we look at the rest, like Ramos, too expensive for what he is. You've got Virgil. We've now got a Maldini SBC. Not a problem. Mata doesn't really fit, to be honest. Morata, dead. Asensio, dead. Sissoko, dead. Like, these cards are only good for evolutions later on down the line. You then get someone like a Bobby Firmino. It's an upgraded to a car, nostalgic, past and present Liverpool. Fair enough. Like, I can understand that. But everybody else is woeful, and let alone having that, you've got 2 of them. You could pick 2 of them, which is just rubbish. Genuinely rubbish. I feel like they just got it so wrong, and I could swear that last year was exactly the same for it. So we are praying for Team of the Year, because we've got Ham as well. What it has been leaked is every Team of the Year card, so Icon, Team of the Year men, Team of the Year women, are all going to have double playstyle pluses, which is fair enough because the Team of the Years should be ahead of the curve. They're not easy to pack. Everybody thinks that because we've got 2 sets, yes, you might get 2 goalkeepers, but I can imagine we won't get loads more packs. They're still going to be very ridiculous to try and get, so it will be interesting. Ham, on the other hand, though, is phenomenal, and it makes sense getting the best of the best in there. So Ham is going to be there as well with a 5-5. She's already got the power shot, so if we could get rapid on her or a quick step, that's going to be brilliant. But like I said, don't take your expectations too much, because they could give her flair and first touch, and literally it's just not even a point having either of them. Then in other news, we do have Tomori as well. 89 double potentially. Obviously, that's what the narrative's going for him. I think he's coming in, 86? So yeah, 89 looks about right. I don't know if they'd go to 90. Judging from how very stingy with the upgrades they're going for past 90, I could see 89 at a minimum. Where do we see him, though? He's probably going to be like... I could just see it being either a centre-back and a full-back, or like a full-back and a striker. There's no way they put him on the wing. Could go into the DM, but again, would you really want that after just getting Ramos? We then have Rudiger as well. There's guaranteed to be a striker there. So maybe we do see a CDM centre-back pairing of Tomori, because Rudiger's definitely going to be like striker and CDM or striker and centre-back. There's no two ways about that, with obviously his previous year in there as well. We then have the final votings for Team of the Year coming to the end now. In terms of the nominees, I feel like there's a few decent players. What you've got to remember as well, whenever it comes to the nominee votes, they don't sway the rankings. Like, our votes don't make the final team. So to some extent, EA probably already know what cards they're going to choose. I feel like Alisson's out of this list is surely going to be in there. Very surprised Martinez didn't get in there for winning the goalkeeper's Ballon d'Or. I think the golden, was it the Golden Glove? It was the Yashin trophy, I want to say. But at least a nominee, I would have thought. Maybe not winning it, but did win a World Cup. I felt like he should be involved somewhere. Maybe not necessarily the top of the list, but, you know, Alisson seems to be the winner there. When it comes to the defenders, I'm seeing Trent, I'm seeing Ruben Diaz definitely. I don't feel like Virgil could get in it, but he's definitely going to be the biggest vote. But there is a lot of speculation that he is going to be in it. Left back, I don't know. I feel like that's where they could maybe do 3 centre-backs. It's not the first year that they would have done that. As in terms of left back, I know Theo Hernandez is the biggest voter, but I don't know who would be the left back that will get into the vote. So maybe they go 3 centre-backs and a right back. It's a potential there. Midfield, Bellingham's number 1 shout, definitely. We're then looking at like a KDB Rodri pairing. I feel like that could be the best viewing, most definitely, for them. And then in terms of up front, I've heard no Messi, but I think they've based that on the voting, because Ballon d'Or, World Cup, there's no way he doesn't get Team of the Year, regardless of where he is. EA will always love to give him. Then we've got Haaland, naturally, for a treble winning side, then getting the most goals, breaking record after record, natural, and then Mbappe getting to the World Cup final. Naturally, Mbappe is going to be in there. If Mbappe isn't in that first 11, he guaranteed the 12th man. If Mbappe is in there, I feel like Ronaldo is probably guaranteed the 12th man. They're going to try and get the best, and the thing with the 12th man is, it doesn't have to be voted. It literally, it is whoever sells the most packs as a Team of the Year. We know that's going to be Ronaldo. It could potentially go to Salah, but I still think Ronaldo definitely in the form he is in right now. Plus, obviously, the factor that we can get 98, 97 Salahs very quickly. Ronaldo out of Saudi's got to do a lot more to get himself into a Team of the Week, into a performance-based promo. He's not in the Champions League, so he doesn't have that. There is a lot more against him to not get any votes, and this is kind of like the voting. It's pretty bang on to what I was saying, actually. Mbappe, Haaland, Messi, KDB, Rodri, Bellingham. Theo is going to be the fan votes, but naturally. Then you got Ruben Diaz, Virgil, and Trent, as well as Alisson. In terms of the women's vote, I feel like there's kind of just going for the FIFA vote more than anything. What have everybody got? Earps is going to be number 1 shout, naturally winning the personality award, I think. Then we've obviously gone Smith, Kerr, Hansen, or Diani, I think is going to be another shout. Puti Ellis, yeah, Bonmati, that. If you could get the Barca ladies in there, that would be outstanding for a team. A full 11 of Barca women would be nuts. Baka with a great shout. Obviously, Sakina the other side. Again, there's some good females in there that you could get, but naturally, I don't personally know who is guaranteed there. That is all going to be speculation, but Team of the Year is going to be the way. Let me know down below if you're prepared for it, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.